Hey Gemini, welcome back. Happy birthday again. I'm gonna do just a daily vibe, see what comes out. This is gonna be for Gemini. We're gonna do Gemini as a collective. We'll take a look at business. We'll take a look at self, and then we'll do Gemini singles, and then we'll do Geminis that are already in love or have an established connection. Okay, so let's look at that. So let's start off with I've already prayed and meditated on the cards, but Spirit, are you here? Spirit is here. No negative energy sent my way to my channel in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I rebuke it. Only that in which is for my and my viewers, Gemini's, highest and best good may come through. Cross watchers, hello, welcome to my channel. You may stay, but please know that I'm reading this from and for the perspective of Gemini. All right, my gems of the eye. Let's see what we got going on. Spirit, show me for business for our lovely Geminis. For business, Spirit, for business. Ooh. Business. Wow. I heard 4 more, so Spirit wants me to go 4 more. 3 more. And 1 more. Let me look at this. Let me see what I got, and then let me read what I see. Please. Spirit, clarify the Page of Swords for Gemini, business. Ten of Swords. Okay. So what this is showing is something's not working in business, guys, or it hasn't, or it won't, or you're feeling like something needs to change where you are on a practical. We have the 5 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck and then the Devil at the bottom of the deck when I clarified. But this is just showing me that maybe you're trying to get out of a toxic or a negative work environment and or situation, whether you work for someone, someone works for you, or you're, you know, an entrepreneur and doing business with others, right? It's like there's a lot of change here because I mean, out of 22 major arcanas in the deck, right, in the 78 deck, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 in an 8-card spread right now. 5 if we include the Devil in another deck. But there, it's like something was keeping you bound, or it's like something was keeping you bound in business, right? And making you feel like not a poverty mindset, but like a lack mentality. It's like you felt bound to feeling the way that you were feeling. You're like, I don't want to feel this way. Like, this is not a practical choice for me anymore. Like, I need some change. So the overall energy is change. And I believe, Gemini, you had the Devil that came out in another business read, but it was not like bad. It was like you're using your dark for the light, but it's not even that you're using your dark. It's more like you're just really zoned in on what you're doing. And it shows here with, we have the Chariot to Judgment, right? Then the 8 of Cups to the Hierophant. So it's like you're moving forward, balanced, all speed, like full speed ahead, right? and what you've called judgment on anything and everything that is not emotional fulfilling to you in business. Because, our heart and our mind, our passion for things, if we feel stagnant, or if we feel not content, if we, it affects us. And so it's like you're saying to me, I'm unhappy with what I'm doing, or I was unhappy, and so I'm moving forward in a different way. I've called judgment on all this stuff. Anything that does not emotionally fulfill me in business, finance, career, it's got to go. And I know this because you're the Hierophant, right? I know this. I've learned a lot. And some of you also may be like, you could be a spiritual leader. You could be a spiritualist. But this would talk about somebody that knows a lot about what they're doing. Like, you have a lot of, it's like the Hierophant would be like somebody with like, if we were going to take what the Hierophant is from a spiritual aspect and bring it down to like Earth, right? We could say that this would be somebody with like, that's like with a PhD or a master's, or, somebody that's really understands their craft. You know what you're doing. It's like, it's almost like you've taken as much as you're going to take for where you are, and you're all set. And so it's like no love lost, but I'm moving this way, and I'm calling judgment on anything that doesn't serve me emotionally. This is something I've learned. I've learned this about myself. Plus, I have all the experience that I need for this particular, whatever this is for you in business, right? So it's like, and you also have the strength to do it, to make things happen. You also, or you had to have strength to move something. It was like, it's like this is not emotionally fulfilling to me. I moved forward, but now it's not emotionally fulfilling. I've learned something, and now I'm going to have strength to move through some sort of like, it's like a betrayal, but it's in business. But I don't know if it's a full-on betrayal, because when I asked to clarify, the Son of Wands and the Four of Cups came out. So it's like somebody that has like very page-like energy. It's like a missed opportunity, but not for you, Gemini. It's like whoever tried to pull the wool over on your eyes, it's not working, because you saw that a mile away and you sidestepped. And it's like, oh, you want to play like that? Okay. So you're moving strategically through something to do with work, business. And as you're strategically moving, it took a lot of strength to do this, but you overcame that. And because of that, it's like, here, I'm having the strength to move through this betrayal, but it's not going to be, because it's going to be a missed opportunity for the Son of Wands. It's a missed opportunity, or your work's going to feel betrayed because you want a victory elsewhere in a job, something that you want to start on your own. But you have so much love for it, and you got the mind for it as well, and you know what you're doing. It's going to be a missed opportunity for whoever this Son of Wands is, and it's you're moving through that. Someone's not happy that you're moving or leaving a work situation, a business situation, closing a deal on something or doing something, but you're like, no, I'm all set. I know what I need to do, and that's why you're doing it. You called the trumpet. You blew the trumpet like Gabriel blew the horns, like the Archangel Gabriel blew the trumpets, and it's blowing right to anything that's not emotional fulfilling. It's like you want to move more towards your life purpose. Those are the Geminis I'm talking to, or something doesn't feel like it's right for you, so you're not going to do it. And you just had to figure out how to maneuver a way through here. And it's not that you're a devil in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I'm talking to high vibrational people, but sometimes we have to pull rank, or we have to speak up, or we have to come off in a certain way where it's like, I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. Or if you want to play like that, we can do it like this too, right? You're like matching energy, and it's showing that because that's the energy you were given. Geminis just don't just high vibrational Geminis don't come out of character. unless they're forced to. And even then, you don't want to. But you've learned a lot. You've been through a lot. And this is like a business move that, like, there was a lot that took place. I mean, for 4 spirit cards to come out in a read, this is life changing. This is something that you're looking at and saying, I've just had enough. This is not what I'm passionate about. I don't want to do this. I didn't sign up for this, right? And if I did sign up for this, it changed over time, and it ended up being not what I originally thought it would be. I've learned a lot. I'm grateful for what I've learned, but it's time for me to go, because I want to take the knowledge that I have, because it's almost like you're saying too, you are feeling like your talents and gifts and what you have to bring is being wasted on something like this. So you want to just move out of it, and that's what you're doing. And you have the strength to overcome. Maybe somebody got like a promotion over you, or maybe somebody, maybe like a deal over, or something like that. It's like, but it ends up being whatever you're sidestepping. You're working through something and pushing through it with such force too. Like, spirit has your back. The universe has your back. Like the blessings are coming because the universe really has your back. It's like you are moving through, and because of the amount of inner strength that you have to overcome something that was so mentally like, what the fuck? It's then all of a sudden you're going to feel like, finally a victory, right? I also can see it as moving through the betrayal, the pride of other people, right? And people that don't really know what they're talking about. And you're like, but I know what I'm talking about, and I'm good on my own. With the Father of Cups clarifying the Page of Swords, because what you're doing, maybe you will be starting off like, it's not that you're starting off as a page in the sense of immature and not knowing. No, you're just starting something. Everything starts with research, right? For the most part, you're mentally preparing yourself for something that you have a lot of love and passion for, and you're going after it. And I don't blame you. This is really beautiful. Let's, why is the overall energy the Five of Pentacles, though? Oh, because you're the Empress. I see now. Look, we have the Hermit at the bottom now. So you're going to have to go in with the knowledge to come out with the wisdom. So you're the Empress. So it's like, why do I need to feel like I'm in Five of Pentacles when I create, when everything I touch turns into something, because I know how to create. You wanted more, and maybe for some of you, you didn't have, if this is more of a creative endeavor, maybe you didn't have the creative, go ahead, right? Like you couldn't create exactly what you wanted, and you're like, this isn't what I signed up for. So you're like, I know what I can do, and my talents are being wasted here because I'm feeling like I'm not making enough money. I'm feeling like that I'm like stagnant. My career's not really going where I want it to go, being where I'm at, and I know I can do so much more. And so you're moving towards that, and you were trying, and the universe really has your back, because this was a big choice. For all these spirit cards, a lot of things had to take place every time a spirit card is dropped. So it's like a lot of things led up to all the Chariot saying, enough. Now Gemini can move forward. We're putting the Chariot down for Gemini so they can move forward. We're making room, right? Because enough. Judgment has been called, right? Like if someone tried to interfere, no, judgment's been called, because Gemini is not emotionally fulfilled, and they know exactly what they want and what they're, what they're capable of. This is like somebody very high up too. The Hierophant. So Gemini has, Leo's like, bam, with the strength, coming out with inner strength to push through things that may have betrayed you, people that may have been prideful, people that didn't know what they were talking about in the workplace, but you had a lot of love for it. So then it's like, you still get the victory because yourself is still intact. You got your mind and you got your heart. Like, it was a long battle, right? To get to the Six of Swords, you got to get through the Fives, and the Fives is conflict, and it's just a lot. So you moved through that, but you kept yourself intact. You may have been hurt along the way, but you stood tall. And because of that, something that you're researching or going after, that it's a new thing. It doesn't mean that it's immature. It just means that it's a new thing. Everything's immature when it's this big, right? Or when you're starting off, because it's starting small. So it's not really immature. It's just that in the business read that it's something that you're researching that you have a lot of love for, and you're going after that. And that's what I got for you, Gemini, for business, finance, career. Let's dive into Gemini singles. Let's see though, what's going to be the outcome for Gemini for business? What's the most likely outcome? Okay, well, the most likely outcome is that you are going to be defending what you're choosing and what you're not. You're defending your choice. So it's like, even if it's like, miss me with this, I'm defending what I chose. I'm defending where I stand. My spirit knows, and I'm defending that I don't have emotion for this, right? You can bring all the mental conflict that you want. You can bring the mind, whatever you need, but please know that I don't lose. Don't bring it if you can't take it, right? And as you're going to come in slow and steady, and it's going to be whatever choice that you're thinking about moving to, it's a practical choice in the tangible, practical here and now. It's a slow but steady offer, because you're putting an end to anything that was a commitment in business that was with other people that just didn't work out in your favor, or you don't see it working out. You're tired of carrying the load, or you're tired of not following your life's purpose, or whatever your heart tells you right at this time for this part of your journey. And that's what I got for you on that. I hope that helped. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know if it resonated, please. And happy birthday again. Let's jump into Gemini singles. For Gemini singles, Spirit, there's a lot of inner conflict, or there's a lot of conflict outside of you because you're the Empress. So it's like people aren't, hold on. You're burdened. The devil came out again. What is this? Keep going. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. So for Gemini singles, you there may be a lot of conflict surrounding you, or around you, or drama, or just or maybe your spirit feels disrupted because you know that you are the Empress. You're all set with arguing with people. You're all set with fighting with people. You're all set with defending your choices in life, right? What burdens you is being around toxic people, is being around negative people, is being around people that aren't making good choices for their own life and choose to be bound to things. You just don't want any part of it. You're like, I'm all set with that. I've already been through stuff, and I'm sorry that you're going through stuff, but I just want, I want a victory for all the stuff that I've went through. And it's kind of showing that too, right? Because see, the Two of Swords, it's like, because that was at the bottom of the deck, which is Gemini energy too, but it's the mental, you're in two minds about something. So you're trying to figure out, singles, how to move through life in the Empress position that you're in. You don't want to come out of character. You're all four queens in one, period. The queen of passion, the queen of emotion, the queen of logic, and the queen of practicality, right? So it's like you don't want to be burdened or bogged down by other people's bullshit. It's like, I'm sorry that you don't want to fight, because these two came out in reverse. You don't want to fight about things that are gone. You're not down with fighting from stuff from the past. You're not even bringing it up. You've elevated to such a level that, like, I can't do this and I don't know how to move through this, or I do know how to move through this, but I don't know how to move through this without cutting people off left and right, which is like what you're doing. But what you're also showing me is that the two choices, it's like you're cutting off, unless somebody is coming to you in like King of Cups or Knight of Cups energy, right? You're not accepting Page of Energy. You're not accepting Page of Pentacles or Knight of Swords. You don't want small offers that mean nothing to you in life. You don't want somebody rushing in and coming into you and just unloading their mind and just causing all these different things. You're just like, whoa, what is all this? I'm at a very peaceful point in my life. And if you aren't, it's not like people have to be mushy gushy, but if you can't control your own emotions like the King of Cups does, or at the very least the Knight of Cups, by treating me with respect, coming to me the way that you should. So Knight of Cups would come in with, it's charmer, but it's someone who knows how to talk, and it's like, I'll accept this, but I'm not going any lower than that. I don't care what certain people or certain quality of people that don't, not quality, but it's like it's like you've taken a look at your own moral compass, and you have realized that not everyone follows the same moral compass. Not everyone feels the same way as you. And so you're trying to, it's almost like decipher between those who do and those who don't. And so you're trying to work it out for your own stability, for your own peace, for your own, like, it's like you're waiting for people to catch up to you, and it's like you're cutting people off left and right. It's not like you pay any mind to it. It's like you understand where people are at from a higher level, but it's like you wish maybe you didn't have to understand that all the time, because why can't you be understood too? It's something like that. And Gemini, I can relate to that, because sometimes people, you can always tell the people that put in the work, the inner work, to change things about themselves, right? And it's like people that end up being on a different part of the journey where you've healed a lot more, and just because we can understand where people are coming from, it doesn't always mean that, like, we have to put up with it, or that's okay. And then it's like, gosh, why am I always meeting people like this? Is there anyone else out there? And of course there is. It's just sometimes we have to, like, surf through and sift through things to figure out where our soul tribe is. So right now it might be like, oh, when will this end? Or why is there always drama? Or I'm happy in my life. I want to do fun things. It's like, don't call me unless you're going to want to do fun things, because I'm all set with being like, it's almost like if you talk, sometimes people want to come at you because you're in a peaceful point in your life. You've overcome a lot, or you're working on a lot, and your life is good right now. And not everyone around you, their life is good. And sometimes that will spill into your life, because it's almost like sometimes the happier someone is, when you're around people that maybe not be as happy or aren't where they want to be in life, and then they see you, and it's like, wow, you have all these things going on and you're doing all these great things, but what they see is the finished product. They don't see everything that it took for you to get there. So it's frustrating, right? And we don't want to have to explain ourselves all the time. But I think the message is to just keep doing you, and things are going to work itself out, because the every no is closer to a yes. So the more people that, like, you either shut down or move out of the way or say no, that just means you're getting closer to the people and your tribe that it is of your same moral compass and thinking, and in those ways. And that's what I got for you, Gemini singles. There was not really emphasis on love. not really. It wasn't really self. It was just showing a story of like kind of what was going on with you. It's not that you're opposed to love, and it's not that but I don't think you're actually looking for it. I think if it finds you, you'll give it a try, but it's not like you're not chasing it, you know? It's like that. And that's good. What about final thoughts for Gemini singles, Spirit? Oh, Gemini, I'm sorry. You don't always have to go through stuff in order to come out on top, right? It's like, I just want to be happy. I just want these things. So it's like are you learning, are you practicing, or are you learning more about discernment? Like, oh, the advice is to keep going because the emotional dissatisfaction that you may have felt in other relationships, whatever they may be to you, friends, platonic, lovers, whatever, that left you in emotional sorrow, to keep knowing your worth, to keep your head high, and to keep moving through. Because even though it may feel like this sometimes at night, just like thoughts and thoughts, the balance will come in. The practical choice is going to come out. This is the Six of Pentacles. There's an equal give and take, because it's almost like I'm wondering when will I get the equal give and take, right? Something like that. You're going to be making a practical choice soon. I think the Spirit's saying you'll be moving forward with your truth, which is the logic, and anything that isn't the truth, you're putting an end to. Like, really. And it's like Spirit recognizes that you've been through a lot, and you went through a lot. You don't want like a loveless relationship, and you don't want a relationship that bogs you down emotionally either. So it's like, I don't want to be in a loveless relationship where I don't have emotions, but I also don't want to be bombarded with someone else's emotions or inability to have emotions, or and leaving you in emotional sorrow. And so I am just going to strategically move in a way that makes me happy. I'm not going to step on people. I'm not trying to be sneaky. It's not like that. It's not like that, Seven of Swords. It's more of a strategic move to get your own happiness. And if we look right here, we see the Two Swords, and it was interesting to me because the bottom of the deck was the Two of Swords as well. A lot of swords. It's a lot of mental energy. It's a lot of Gemini energy. It's a lot of air energy. So you're using your mind to figure out how to get where you need to get on an emotional level. So I will take everything that I've learned, and I will go in with the knowledge to come out with the wisdom. And that's what Spirit's saying, is I recognize what you've been through. I know all the work that you've put into yourself and other things and into your home. I understand what you want, what you don't want. We're going to make this happen too, right? We're going to make it happen. Just keep moving the way that you're moving into your own happiness, because it will happen. It really will. You just have to go in with the knowledge to come out with the wisdom, and you won't feel these ways anymore. Five of Cups. The Eight of Cups, and then with the, I say it another way too, the Eight of Cups and then the Seven of Swords at the bottom, because you're not emotionally investing in every single thing, which is good, you've then been able to strategically move through things and other people to figure out who's like who you want to be around, who's in your corner, who's not, what to expect from people, and you can read people and know where to keep them, right? And then it's like you're going to have all this happiness. It's like, I just want all this emotional happiness that for me. And once you go in with the knowledge to come out with the wisdom, it will happen. Some of you might have Virgo in your chart, or you're just going to be taking on that energy. But this was a very deep read, Gemini singles. It's beautiful. I think you're fine. You're just evolving. You're just growing, and you're meeting other people, or you're growing. Your soul's growing, and so when our soul grows, it's uncomfortable for the body. It's uncomfortable for others around us because we grow and they don't. Not all, but some. We grow and some don't, and then there's like hurt feelings because they don't want to. It's just you're all done with it all. Spirit just wants to recognize that Spirit knows everything that you've been through, and that not to give up. Right? We don't give up. We don't stop, and we don't go backwards. Right? Or, that's, some advice. All right, let's jump into Geminis that are already in love or have a partnership. Geminis that are in love or in a partnership. What can we say for them? Geminis that are in love and in partnership. Oh, wow. Oh, two more, Spirit said. I guess we get an extra one. Okay, now this isn't for everyone, but I see this a few ways. So for Geminis that are in relationships and you're in love, right? Actually, this is for the Geminis in love and in a relationship. So, like, this is the major, the larger of the message, because there's a few. You are, overall energy is the Hermit. So you've already, you understand what, what this read is about. You understand where everything has gotten you here, and you jump out because you went in, you went within and you figured things out. You really took a look at your own life. You, took inventory of your own life to figure things out. And you're happy in your relationship. You do have the sun. But you're at such a point in your relationship where it's like a new cycle needs to begin. It's like we've reached this happiness in our relationship with the person, right? And it's a new cycle. Celebration for everyone. It's not that I'm not in love with the Two of Cups in reverse. It's that right now I'm focusing more on friends because love life in this relationship is going really good. Because my partner, which this is your energy, Gemini, this is Gemini energy, your partner, your lover, you guys have the strength to move through anything. And so because of the phase of that you're in the part of the relationship, you're out having fun with friends. And it's like, not that love can take a back burner, but your relationship is going so good that you can focus on these things now because the foundation is set. Now that's for the major, that was the strongest energy. And then the second strongest energy, so this would be for the rest of you if it resonates, is you had to take a deep dive into yourself and you had to really figure some things out. Because you thought you were happy or you were happy with the sun in a relationship. Everything was fine. But then something happened. A cycle ended, a new cycle began, but there was a third party. Whether this is another person or a situation, but there was a third party interference in a two-person relationship with the Two of Cups in reverse, right? And you're wondering, how do we get back to that? Or you're trying to get back to that. It's almost like it's like you lost the friendship or something when someone either stepped out or it switched, or you chose to, as a couple, move into more of maybe a polyamorous relationship where let's try it, we're at long, this happens sometimes, right? Open your mind. And when we not open your mind, when we open our mind, we can see different things. And so to have a relationship so strong, maybe you guys were together for a super long time, and to maybe like save the relationship or to try something new, you are open to bringing a third person in. But the thing is they can't. So that was for some of you. This is another message, right? So we had the two already. Now this one, clear. And but the boundaries that you're setting for the relationship going forward, if you bring a third party into it, it can't be the same type of friendship or relationship that you have with your current partner, because that is solid as fuck. With you two, you can do anything. And so you're just checking new things out within your relationship, within your life. You're going to see what works. Let's see, what's the advice, Spirit, for Geminis in love for this read? What's the advice? Wow. To use your intuition, the High Priestess, to dig deep. Wow. Okay, so Spirit is saying, like, to use your intuition. So some of you, a judgment had been called on this relationship. So to save the relationship or to save the partnership or the friendship, you welcomed or you allowed certain things within your relationship. Or maybe some of you just want to go this way too. Well, you're already in a relationship, so it's like that. It's like you're working through something, and you call judgment on waiting. You're not waiting for anything anymore. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe there was like, for some of you, maybe the relationship just became more, or it felt more one-sided. You were giving more, or you were putting up with a lot, and you're like, well, let me make this fair. Let's just do it out in the open, right? Or something like that. And you know, with communication, Spirit wants you to follow your intuition, because your intuition knows. And so for some of you, this was also showing that there was an interference in the relationship, but not to worry in the aspect of the interference of the relationship. If it was a third party, if someone cheated, not that this is going to make you feel any better, but the person that they cheated you with, your partner did not, you or your partner, whoever, did not feel the same connection that they feel with you. It was not that. It was just, maybe the relationship was just the same for a long time. I don't make excuses for cheating. I'm just trying to explain it the way that I saw it, right? But like, it's like your partner also knows. And I say it like this because it doesn't feel like Gemini was the one that stepped out. If it was, for those that this resonates for that part of it. But it's like your partner's saying, we can get through this because we are the lovers. We are a match. We are a mirror of each other, and we can get through this, right? For a brand new beginning. And that's what I got for you, Gemini. Hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know if you like the way that I read. Bye, guys.